The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world that he doesn't exist. Inflation is here to stay. It wasn't transitory. It never was. Now we're on the brink of economic collapse, the likes of which we haven't seen since 2008. It turns out printing 1/4 of the total money supply in a matter of months isn't a good idea. To make matters worse, the company secretly pulling the strings behind everything is about to take center stage. Blackrock, the company that owns you and you don't even know it. Founded by Larry Fink in 1988, Blackrock Inc. is the biggest company you've probably never heard of, as a risk management and fixed income institutional asset manager. Now, it is the world's largest asset manager with $10 trillion currently in its portfolio. BlackRock and JP Morgan Chase are helping the Ukrainian government set up a reconstruction bank to steer public seed capital into rebuilding projects that can attract hundreds of billions of dollars in private investment. The Ukraine Development Fund remains in the planning stages and is not expected to fully launch until the end of hostilities with Russia. So many of today's long-term challenges are best addressed through blended finance, and this is one. You need these vehicles to mobilize capital at scale, said BlackRock Vice Chair Philip Hildebrand. The World Bank estimated in March that Ukraine would need $411 billion to rebuild after the war, and recent Russian attacks have driven that figure higher. The Kyiv government engaged BlackRock's consulting arm in November to determine how best to attract that kind of capital, and then added JP Morgan in February. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky announced last month that the country was working with the two financial groups and consultants at McKinsey. According to MarketWatch, there is currently around $40 trillion in circulation around the world, which means BlackRock manages a quarter of the world's money. Forget Tesla and Amazon and their eccentric spacefaring CEOs. BlackRock and its comparatively reclusive CEO are the biggest players on the global financial stage. How did BlackRock become the largest asset manager in the world, and what does it mean for the current and future world economy? Here are some dark secrets about it controls trillions in assets. Number 1. A media monolith. BlackRock and Vanguard are two of the big three passive fund asset management firms. The third, State Street, is owned by BlackRock, whose largest shareholder is Vanguard. It seems all roads lead to BlackRock. Vanguard itself, on the other hand, has a unique structure that makes its ownership more difficult to discern. But many of the oldest, richest families in the world can be linked to Vanguard funds. Together, BlackRock and Vanguard own 18% of Fox, 16% of CBS, 13% of Comast, which owns NBC, MSNBC, CNBC, and the Sky Media Group, 12% of CNN, and 12% of Disney, which owns a number of subsidiaries. Media behemoths that may present themselves as rivals are, in reality, owned by the same company. The editorial authority of BlackRock in the companies in which it has a stake is debatable, but the point is, it can direct narratives globally and influence geopolitics at the grandest of scales. Number 2. BlackRock's Magic Genie. While BlackRock and Vanguard shape the media landscape of the world, BlackRock's secret weapon, an advanced trading algorithm called Aladdin, has been shaping global markets for decades. The extensive technology program, which, by some estimates, operates more than $21.6 trillion in assets, was created by Fink and several colleagues in 1988. Aladdin is an acronym for the Asset, Liability, Debt, and Derivative Investment Network, a program that executes an average of 250,000 trades per day. Aladdin executes trades in every asset class across every industry and directs the actions of the Federal Reserve and almost every major U.S. bank. It controls over half of all ETFs, 17% of the bond market, and 10% of the stock market. It collects data points on every market, every company, and every asset, and uses machine learning to calculate which trades to make in less time than it takes for your brain to send an electrical signal through your nervous system to your fingers. The network that makes up Aladdin is approximately 5,000 supercomputers that now act as the central nervous system for the world's most sophisticated investors and asset managers. Every major bank and fund has come to rely on Aladdin and its all-powerful AI to beat the market, which raises several fundamental questions about the nature of our fragile financial system. Number 3. The hands of the few. If Aladdin's network were to be hacked, it could have a swift and catastrophic impact on the global economy. The more existential problem is the monopoly this algorithm has created. Blackrock essentially rents out its proprietary golden goose to the world's highest bidders, mostly large hedge funds and megabanks. This paradigm leaves smaller investors at a major disadvantage and gives companies like BlackRock and Vanguard license to steer the economy as they see fit. As soon as BlackRock appears as one of your shareholders, your company stands out from the crowd and gains a huge amount of prestige, said journalist and BFM Business TV show host Gregoire Favet. Number 4. The keys to the city. When the global financial crisis hit, Aladdin was called upon by every major bank, as well as the head of the Federal Reserve and US Treasury. The US government called on Aladdin to figure out which assets to keep and let go of at Bear Stearns Cause, a New York-based global investment bank, securities trading and brokerage firm that failed in 2008 and was subsequently sold to JP Chase. The success Aladdin had in almost single-handedly stopping the world from experiencing complete financial collapse earned it a prestigious place among the world's governing bodies. Aladdin was given free rein to decide what to do with the $2 trillion that was printed in the wake of the Great Recession. The majority of it was allocated to bonds and funding to prop up the mortgage companies and banks. In 2017, Fink launched a new project at Blackrock called Monarch, which replaced many of the firm's fund managers with algorithms. Now, over 70% of all US stock market trades are executed by robots, according to Investopedia. Now let's come on era of AI. While AI programs become more sophisticated, possibly to the point of becoming sentient, Aladdin has been quietly shaping the world's economy, making the largest asset managers even bigger and bailing out entire governments. The era of AI isn't coming. It has been here for decades, and it is now so integrated into our financial system, the world would collapse without it. While BlackRock is undoubtedly a financial powerhouse with a significant impact on global markets, it is not without its controversies and criticisms. These dark secrets often revolve around issues of size, influence, and ethical considerations. However, it's essential to note that BlackRock, like any financial institution, is a complex entity, and opinions about its actions and impact vary widely. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with fellows. And as always, stay tuned for more exciting updates from us. Thanks for watching.